From garbage to gold, how recycling became big business. In a world producing over 2 billion tons of waste each year, trash isn't just trash anymore, it's become a resource. That empty soda can in your hand, it could be part of the airplane you'll fly on tomorrow. The plastic bottle you tossed in the blue bin, it might go on to become a fleece jacket keeping someone warm. Welcome to the world where garbage isn't just discarded, it's transformed. This is the story of how recycling evolved from a niche practice into a $500 billion global industry, turning yesterday's trash into today's treasure. Recycling isn't new. It's something humans have been doing for centuries. During tough times, wars, economic depressions, and shortages, recycling was born out of necessity. In the 1930s, families saved every scrap of fabric, metal, or glass because new materials were scarce. And during World War II, governments ran massive scrap drives, encouraging communities to gather everything from old rubber tires to metal pots to support the war effort. But the 20th century introduced a massive shift. With plastics and disposable products flooding the market, waste started piling up like never before. Landfills became mountains, and pollution choked rivers and skies. By the 1960s and 70s, the environmental movement was born, and with it, recycling emerged not just as a necessity, but as a moral imperative. Recycling really started gaining momentum in the 1970s, spurred by skyrocketing environmental awareness. In 1970, Earth Day became the first major environmental event, and that same year, recycling bins started appearing in American homes and neighborhoods. Companies like Alcoa and Coca-Cola began promoting aluminum can buyback programs, paying consumers to return used cans for cash. Aluminum, with its high-energy recycling efficiency, became the first material to prove that recycling could be profitable, and not just good for the planet. The secret was, and still is, cost. Recycling aluminum saves a whopping 95% of the energy compared to producing new aluminum from raw bauxite ore. So as governments encouraged curbside recycling, companies began seeing profits, and an industry was born. Today, recycling is no longer a grassroots practice, it's big business. Globally, the recycling market is valued at over $500 billion. Recycling isn't just about saving energy or reducing landfill use, it's about transforming waste into raw materials that fuel industries. Take aluminum, for example. The cans and foil you toss into the bin, they're melted and transformed into entirely new products from packaging to parts and aerospace engineering. It's estimated that over 75% of all aluminum ever produced is still in use today, thanks to recycling. Or look at plastic. Historically considered a problem material, innovations in recycling have created demand for materials like recycled PET. Companies like Patagonia turned plastic bottles into textiles for jackets and backpacks, a brilliant example of circular economy practices. And now, the world of recycling is expanding into areas like electronic waste. From old phones to electric car batteries, tech manufacturers are desperate to reclaim rare metals such as lithium, cobalt, and copper to fuel the clean energy revolution. But turning garbage into gold takes cutting-edge technology. Modern recycling facilities are a marvel of automation and innovation. Artificial intelligence and robots. AI-powered robots now sort through recyclables faster and with greater accuracy than ever before. Using cameras and machine learning, these systems identify materials like cardboard, glass, and plastics in real time and separate them with precision. Advanced chemical recycling. Chemical recycling is another breakthrough. Instead of simply melting or shredding materials, companies like Eastman Chemical are developing processes to break plastics down to their molecular components, effectively turning them into raw petroleum-like ingredients for completely new products. Global infrastructure. On a global scale, countries like Sweden have taken things even further. Sweden recycles over 99% of its household waste, even turning garbage into electricity to fuel their cities. Despite its advancements, the recycling industry isn't without its challenges. While aluminum, paper, and glass are easy and lucrative to recycle, plastic continues to be a problem. About 91% of plastics worldwide are still not recycled, either because they're too contaminated, too complex, or too expensive to process. Overseas dependency. For years, wealthier nations like the US and Europe shipped millions of tons of trash to places like China for processing. But in 2018, when China restricted waste imports, many countries were forced to confront the reality. They didn't have the infrastructure to manage their own recycling. Costs and contamination. Recycling also comes with high costs. Sorting facilities can bleed money when contamination rates, caused by improper recycling habits, rise. When a load of materials is deemed too contaminated, it often ends up being incinerated or dumped anyway, negating the entire purpose of recycling. Still, the future of recycling is bright. Companies, governments, and innovators are doubling down on building circular economies, where waste isn't trash, it's new. This loop ensures that products are reused, recycled, and reimagined as efficiently as possible. Electric vehicles and e-waste. Automakers like Tesla and Redwood Materials are developing closed-loop systems to recycle old car batteries, reclaiming rare earth metals for new ones. A critical solution as the world shifts to electric transportation. Bio-based innovations. Even biodegrading is being reinvented. Startups are working on enzymes that can break plastics down in weeks instead of centuries. Imagine a future where the phrase waste doesn't exist. In the world of recycling, yesterday's garbage becomes today's opportunity. With every bottle, every can, and every scrap of waste given new life, the industry proves that innovation is all about perspective. Trash isn't just what we throw away, it's the raw material fueling a greener, more sustainable planet. And as technology evolves to meet the challenges ahead, the question remains, how far can we take this transformation? From plastic bottles transformed into fashion-forward clothing to food waste converted into clean energy, the possibilities seem endless. Creative minds across the globe are reimagining waste streams as value streams, turning landfill-bound materials into profitable products while simultaneously reducing our environmental footprint. The future of recycling isn't just about managing waste, it's about revolutionizing how we think about resources in a world of finite materials. What are your thoughts on recycling as a big business? Let us know in the comments section, and thanks for watching.